Stop. Stay right here with me. Don't scroll. Don't blink. Because Archangel Michael has finally been given permission to whisper something he has held back for a long time. He steps forward and says, "Tell the mother this." Heaven waited for this exact moment. Her daughter's path is shifting, and she must hear this before the doorway changes. My beloved child, you are not here by accident. You didn't just click. Your spirit was called. Because something in your daughter's life, something emotional, something spiritual, something she hasn't spoken out loud yet, is reaching a point where your guidance, your presence, your blessing will decide how she steps into her next season. Archangel Michael says, if the mother listens fully, the shield around her daughter strengthens. So stay with me. Don't move. This moment is sacred. Archangel Michael has been watching your daughter closely. Not in fear, but in guardianship. He shows the image of a pathway, a road that suddenly curves, a moment she didn't expect, a turning point she hasn't told anyone about. He says softly, she carries a decision in her heart that she is too afraid to reveal. Not danger, not tragedy, but burden. A silent weight. A private thought she keeps hidden so she doesn't worry you. My beloved child. Does this sound familiar? Her eyes looking tired some mornings. Her mind wandering as if she's somewhere else. Her reactions softer than usual. Her heart guarded yet asking for comfort. Her silence deeper than before. These are signs. Not of something bad, but of something changing inside her spirit. Heaven says, the daughter is entering a new chapter, but she does not yet trust herself to step into it. This is why you were called. Wait, don't scroll, Michael is speaking directly. Michael raises his sword of light and says, tell the mother this. Her daughter's strength will return. The moment the mother understands the shift. Your daughter's angel shows this clearly. A letter. A sealed message. A truth she has been hiding not out of fear, but out of protection. She wants to appear strong in front of you. She doesn't want you to think she is breaking. She wants you to feel proud of her. So she hides her confusion behind a smile. But her angel says, the mother's voice is the key. The child's heart is waiting for her reassurance. This message is not about danger. It's about alignment. Your daughter is preparing for something. A decision. A change. A new direction. A shift in relationships. A movement in her emotional world. She is scared of choosing wrong. And heaven is asking you to be the guiding light she needs. My beloved child, you have reached the part Michael calls the mother's awakening. The moment where clarity begins. Before you leave, do these. Like this message, it's your signal to heaven saying, I am ready to guide her. Subscribe so part 2 reaches you instantly. Michael says. The next part contains the meaning of the sealed message she is holding in her heart. Comment. Strengthen her, Michael. This becomes a prayer in the heavenly realm. Share this with 5 people. To widen the angelic protection around your entire family. Take a deep breath. Feel the soft warmth around your shoulders. That is your confirmation. Archangel Michael whispers one last line. A mother's presence can save a daughter's spirit. Stay close, the next message brings the clarity she needs. If you want part 2, the hidden letter in her heart. My beloved child. Don't move from here. Stay with me. Listen slowly, carefully, because Archangel Michael is opening the next page of the message. A part heaven kept sealed until this exact moment. Michael steps forward again. His wings create a circle of light around your daughter's spirit. And he reveals something extraordinary. There is a silent letter inside her heart. A truth she has not spoken. Because she fears the world will misunderstand her. This is not a dark secret. This is not danger. This is vulnerability. Your daughter has reached a point where her soul is trying to grow, but her fear is trying to hold her back. Heaven says she is hiding her uncertainty behind confidence. You may have noticed moments where her smile fades quickly. Her voice lowers at the end of sentences. Her eyes avoid yours when you ask, "Are you okay?" She changes the topic too fast. She walks away to hide her emotions. These are signals. Soft ones. Subtle ones. But heaven always notices what the world ignores. Michael lifts his sword and places it near his heart, saying, her silence is not deception. It is protection. She carries an emotional weight she believes her mother will worry about. And your angel knows this too. You have always been the one who cares too deeply, loves too fiercely, and feels every shift in your daughter's energy. That is why this message reached you. Wait, don't scroll, Michael is revealing the next layer. Your daughter is not hiding something against you. She is hiding something for you. Heaven shows this clearly. A doorway. Half open. Half closed. She is standing in the middle of a new phase of her life. But she doesn't feel ready to walk into it alone. Michael says her blessing is prepared. But she needs the mother's reassurance before she can step into it. Your presence is the light she is waiting for. Your words are the anchor she needs. Your love is the safety she has been praying for. The real message Michael wants you to know. Your daughter has been thinking deeply about a change she must make. A decision she is scared to choose. A relationship that confuses her. A responsibility that overwhelms her. A new chapter she doesn't know how to start. This is why her angel guided you here. Not to frighten you, but to prepare you. Michael says, when the mother listens all the way, the daughter becomes brave. Right now, she is waiting unconsciously for one thing. Your unshakable support. Not advice. Not correction. Not fear. Just your presence. Because your daughter's next season is bigger than her past season. And heaven wants you to be the guiding hand that gently pushes her forward. My beloved child, you have reached the point where Michael calls this moment the mother's awakening. You now understand what your daughter could not say out loud. Before you leave, do these. Like this message, to signal heaven that you received it fully. Subscribe. So, Part 3, the doorway she's afraid to walk through, reaches you instantly. Comment. Guide her, Michael. It acts as a spiritual affirmation. Share this with 5 people, so heaven widens the circle of protection around your daughter and your family. Take a breath. A soft warmth may rise in your chest. This is your confirmation. Michael whispers gently. The daughter is not lost. She is transforming. Stay close. For the next message reveals the doorway she has been too afraid to open. If you want Part 3, the doorway she fears to cross. My beloved child, listen closely. Don't scroll. Don't shift your attention. Let your spirit stay right here with me. Because Archangel Michael is now opening the part of the message heaven kept hidden the longest. He shows a vision, a narrow doorway, surrounded by a glowing light. Your daughter stands in front of it, holding her breath, hesitating. Michael whispers. This doorway leads to her next chapter. But fear is pulling her backward. Your daughter is not weak. She is not confused. She is not irresponsible. She is simply overwhelmed by the size of the blessing waiting for her. Heaven reveals something important. She fears losing the old life while stepping into the new one. This is why she appears anxious, why she disconnects suddenly, and why she avoids deeper conversations. She is carrying questions she cannot express, like, what if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I'm not ready? What if this change hurts someone I love? What if I disappoint my family? She is not hiding rebellion. She is hiding vulnerability. Michael says, a daughter's silence is never empty. It is filled with emotions she has not learned to name yet. And heaven trusts you to help her walk through this doorway with strength, not fear. Wait, don't move, Michael is showing the next sign. A soft wind appears behind the angel in the vision. It represents the moment your daughter will finally choose to move forward. Michael says she will make a decision soon, one that changes her future. But before she steps into that choice, she needs one thing from you: reassurance. Not worry. Not pressure. Reassurance. Your daughter listens to your energy more than your words. If you remain steady, she becomes steady. If you remain calm, she feels safe. If you remain hopeful, she becomes brave. Heaven says, the mother's heart is the compass that guides the daughter's destiny. This is why Archangel Michael chose you to receive this message, because she cannot cross this doorway without the emotional protection you carry. The next revelation from Michael. Michael gently places his hand over his heart and releases another message for you. She is not choosing between right and wrong. She is choosing between comfort and growth. The fear she carries comes from long ago moments when she took risks and got hurt. Now, her spirit hesitates because old memories whisper doubts into her mind. Heaven says, remind her of who she truly is, not who past pain made her think she was. Her blessing is not delayed. Her breakthrough is not denied. Her timing is simply sacred. Michael stands before the doorway and says, when the mother encourages, the daughter transforms. That is your role right now. To be her calm place, while heaven becomes her guiding place. My beloved child, before you leave, seal this message in your spirit. Like this message, so heaven marks your readiness. Subscribe. So, Part 4, the revelation waiting behind the doorway, reaches you before your daughter steps into her next chapter. Comment. Walk with her, Michael. It acts as a spiritual affirmation that invites angelic guidance into her path. Share this with 5 people, so heaven expands the circle of protection around your daughter and sends peace into your home. Michael's final whisper for Part 3. The doorway is ready. Her spirit is rising. Your support will lead her into the life heaven has prepared for her. If you want Part 4, the revelation behind the doorway, my beloved child, don't scroll. Don't let your focus slip for even a moment. This is where the message becomes heavier, deeper, and more urgent for your daughter's destiny. Archangel Michael has opened the doorway. Your daughter has been afraid to cross. And now, heaven is revealing what stands behind it. Listen closely, because this part carries the truth she has not said out loud. Not to you. Not to anyone. The first revelation, the emotional burden she hides. Michael shows a shimmering image. Your daughter sitting alone. Hands clasped tightly. Eyes lowered. As if she's holding something too heavy to release. The angel says, she is carrying a secret fear about her next step. Not because she is doing something wrong. Not because she is betraying anyone. But because she is overwhelmed by the size of the responsibility waiting for her. Heaven reveals. She feels unprepared for the blessing coming her way. Your daughter's silence isn't rebellion. It is protection. She protects herself from expectations, judgment, pressure, and the fear of disappointing someone she deeply loves. Michael says, The pure-hearted often fear hurting others more than they fear hurting themselves. That is your daughter. She hides her fears to avoid worrying you. She hides her doubts to protect your peace. She hides her confusion because she doesn't want to be a burden. Her silence is not secrecy. It is sacrifice. Wait, don't move, Michael is revealing the second sign. The angel opens his wings wider, and the energy changes, as if the air thickens with something sacred. He says, there is a decision she is delaying because she doesn't know how it will affect the family. This decision could shape her career, her relationships, her future path, even where she chooses to live. She is not running away. She is standing still because she doesn't want to take a wrong step. Michael whispers, her delay is not failure. It is caution guided by heaven. And now heaven calls you, the mother, the anchor of her soul, to stand beside her emotionally. Because the next phase requires two things: your presence, your spiritual covering. The third revelation, the person she doesn't trust. Michael shows another image. Your daughter speaking to someone, but her body is stiff. Her smile is forced, and her eyes shift away. Heaven says, she has sensed someone's jealousy. Someone close to her. A friend, a coworker, or a family member has been pretending to support her while feeding off her vulnerability. Your daughter isn't fooled. She has sensed the energy. She has noticed the tone. She has caught the subtle comments. And that's why she's been withdrawing. Michael says, her spirit can feel danger, even when her mind cannot explain it. That is why she needs angelic covering now, so she doesn't lose her confidence because of someone else's insecurity. The fourth revelation, the destiny waiting for her. Michael finally steps aside, revealing what's behind the doorway. Light. Pure light. Warmth. Peace. Elevation. A path made of gold. The angel says, her destiny is not small. Her future is not average. Her blessing is not temporary. This is why the resistance around her has been so strong. Because the enemy always tries hardest before a major breakthrough. Heaven reveals, she is chosen for more. Not because she is perfect, but because she is willing to grow. Not because she has no flaws, but because she has a pure heart. Not because she knows everything, but because she is teachable, kind, and spiritually sensitive. This doorway is not the end of her struggle. It is the beginning of her rise. My beloved child, if you reached here, then heaven has marked you. Like this message. So the protection surrounding your daughter remains active. Subscribe. So, Part 5, the hidden voice guiding her next step. comes directly to you before the next shift begins. Comment. Guide her, Michael. This phrase opens her path spiritually and invites angelic alignment. Share with 5 people. So heaven expands your home's protection and strengthens your daughter's emotional armor. Michael's final words for today. She is not lost. She is waiting. And heaven has already prepared the path she is afraid to step into. If you want part 5, the hidden voice guiding her next step. My beloved child. Don't move. Don't scroll. Stay exactly where you are. Because what Archangel Michael is revealing now is the most sensitive part of your daughter's spiritual journey. The part she feels, but cannot explain to anyone. Heaven shows her walking slowly, as if listening to something others cannot hear. Michael says, there is a voice guiding her. Gentle, quiet, and protective. This voice is not from fear, not from confusion, not from the world. It is the voice of a guardian, assigned to her since birth. Your daughter has always been spiritually receptive, even when she didn't understand it. When she suddenly pauses, when she gets silent, when she stops before making a decision, when she avoids certain places or people. It is not hesitation. It is heaven speaking to her. Michael whispers. Her intuition is not random. It is angelic alignment. This is why she senses danger before anyone warns her. This is why she recognizes dishonesty the moment it enters a room. This is why she becomes restless when the wrong person approaches. She may not tell you everything, but her spirit already knows who is for her and who is against her. Wait, don't move. The reason she feels drained. Michael reveals something deeper, something many mothers ignore. Because daughters stay silent. He shows a cloud around her energy. Not dark, but heavy. Heaven says she carries emotional weight that does not belong to her. She absorbs family stress, unspoken expectations, past disappointments, people's opinions, emotional burdens from others. She gives too much, feels too much, carries too much, holds too much, and the world rarely gives back what her heart constantly pours. This is why she appears tired, even when she doesn't say it. This is why she becomes distant, even when she doesn't want to. This is why she is protective of her space, even when she loves deeply. Michael says, a daughter with a sensitive spirit needs protection stronger than her own strength. And that protection is coming from you and from heaven at the same time. The angelic directive, her next step. Michael now lowers his sword and taps the ground. A golden path appears. He says, her next step is emotional clarity. Not moving to a new place. Not breaking anything. not rushing into change. She needs clarity. A moment where she chooses what brings her peace, not pressure. And you play the most important role here. Heaven says your reassurance will unlock her confidence. She doesn't need advice right now. She needs emotional safety. Someone who listens without judging. Michael whispers. When the mother's voice is calm, the daughter's future becomes clear. You are the anchor that keeps her steady, while heaven guides her forward. The person she must be careful with. Michael finally reveals the part heaven kept hidden until now. There is someone around her who drains her energy subtly through emotional manipulation, guilt, silent competition, passive-aggressive comments, fake concern, jealousy masked as advice. Heaven says, your daughter feels something is off. But she doesn't want to accuse anyone. She doubts her own feelings. Because she is kind. But her angel confirms. Her instincts are correct. This person is not dangerous. But they are draining. And they affect her emotionally. More than she admits. Michael says, distance does not require drama. It requires awareness. Your daughter will naturally step back once she receives clarity from this message. My beloved child, don't leave without sealing this moment. Like this message. So heaven strengthens the guidance around your daughter. Subscribe. So Part 6, the emotional breakthrough she is about to experience, arrives before the next shift in her spirit. Comment. Protect her, Michael. This invites the angelic covering to remain active over her journey. Share with 5 people. So the circle of light expands and multiplies the blessings into your home. Michael's final whisper for Part 5. Her spirit is waking. Her clarity is coming. And her strength is about to return. If you want Part 6, the emotional breakthrough she is about to experience. My beloved child, listen carefully. Don't scroll. Don't blink this moment away. What Archangel Michael is showing now is the turning point. The moment your daughter's spirit shifts from confusion to clarity. Heaven reveals a light just above her shoulder. Soft, warm, gentle. It has been following her quietly. 4 months. Waiting for the exact moment. You opened this message. Michael says. She is standing at the doorway of emotional release. For a long time. Your daughter has carried feelings she never expressed. Disappointment she never admitted. Fears she never voiced. Guilt she never deserved. Pressure she never asked for. Loyalty that drained her spirit. Love that hurt more than it healed. She absorbed everything in silence. Because she didn't want anyone to worry. Even you. But heaven says. Her silence ends soon. A moment is coming, very soon, when her heart will overflow, and she will finally release what she has been hiding. Not in anger, not in fear, but in truth. This is the beginning of her emotional breakthrough. Wait, don't move, here is the exact sign of the breakthrough. Michael gives a clear sign only a mother can recognize. He says, "Watch her eyes." Not her words. Not her tone. Not her actions. Her eyes. When she is about to release emotional truth, her eyes soften, like she is tired of being strong. And in that moment, you must do the one thing that will change her path forever. Listen. Not respond. Not advise. Not fix. Just listen. Heaven says, when a daughter feels heard, her spirit heals instantly. Silence becomes clarity. Tears become relief. Truth becomes strength. And strength becomes destiny. The unseen battle inside her heart. Michael then shows the real reason she has felt lost lately. There are two forces pulling at her. One is fear of disappointing people. She hates letting anyone down. The other is the calling of her true self. The version of her that knows what she needs. This internal battle has left her emotionally exhausted. But heaven says she is choosing herself soon. And when she does, everything changes. Her confidence rises. Her peace returns. Her boundaries strengthen. Her relationships shift. Her future opens. Her joy reappears. This is the breakthrough you have been praying for, without even knowing it. A message from heaven about you. Michael pauses, lowers his wings, and speaks directly to you. You are the emotional anchor holding her steady. Your love has kept her from breaking. Your guidance has kept her from drifting. Your presence has kept her from falling. Your strength has kept her spirit alive. Heaven says, her breakthrough begins because you remained. You have no idea how much your daughter silently depends on you. For comfort. For wisdom. For grounding. For emotional safety. Your voice is the one she hears when she doesn't know what to do. Your prayers are the shield that has protected her path. Your love is the anchor that keeps her spirit from drowning. Michael gives one final message. Before this part ends, she will choose peace, not chaos, not pressure, not fear, not guilt. Peace. Her emotional breakthrough will be the moment she finally chooses herself over the expectations of others. And when she does, her entire destiny shifts into alignment with heaven's plan. My beloved child, don't leave without sealing this blessing. Like this message to strengthen the emotional healing around your daughter. Subscribe. So, Part 7, the divine correction coming to protect her future, reaches you before the next spiritual shift. Comment. Guide her, Michael. This activates emotional clarity around her life. Share with 10 people, so the protection over your daughter multiplies. Michael's final whisper. Her breakthrough is near, but the mother's faith completes the miracle. My beloved child, don't move now. Listen with me carefully, because heaven is shifting the path in front of your daughter as you hear this. Archangel Michael steps forward with a fierce, glowing light around him. His wings expand wide, not in warning, but in correction. Heaven says, your daughter is walking toward a decision that will shape the next 7 years of her life. This decision is not small, not random, not accidental. It is spiritual. Someone around her, someone she trusts, someone she listens to, someone who gives opinions disguised as advice, has been influencing her thinking, not to harm her directly, but to steer her off her destined path. Michael says, this influence ends now. The angelic correction begins. Listen carefully. A correction from heaven is not a punishment. It is a redirection. Your daughter has been pulled by voices of fear, obligation, pressure, guilt, insecurity, overthinking. All these voices formed a spiritual fog around her mind. But right now, as you listen, Archangel Michael is lifting that fog, layer by layer. He says, she will see clearly soon. The path she chooses next will not be based on fear, but on truth. Don't scroll. Don't breathe too fast. Stay here with me, because the next lines are the most important. The person who triggers the correction. Heaven reveals something delicate. There is someone your daughter keeps giving second chances to. Someone who takes more than they give. Someone who drains her emotionally. Someone who always needs something. Someone who always becomes a victim. Someone who uses guilt like a string. Someone who calls her only when they want help. This person will create a moment, unintentionally or intentionally, that finally pushes her into spiritual awakening. Michael calls it the sacred snap. The moment when your daughter's heart says, enough. She will not scream. She will not fight. She will not lose control. She will simply choose peace over people who take advantage of her softness. The 3 signs of this divine correction. Heaven gives 3 signs. You will notice in her soon. 1. She becomes quieter. Not sad, just thoughtful. This silence is heaven rearranging her inner world. 2. She starts creating distance from certain people. Not with anger, but with purpose. The angels are guiding her energy away from what drains her. 3. She becomes protective of her personal space. She won't allow disrespect. She won't tolerate manipulation. She won't entertain guilt traps. Michael says, this is not rebellion. This is realignment. What your role is in this correction. This part is only for you. Heaven says, do not interfere with her correction, support it softly. Meaning, don't question her distance. Don't pull her back to old cycles. Don't force her to explain. Don't make her feel guilty for choosing peace. Your job is only one thing. Hold space. Let her step into her destiny. Without fear she'll lose your support. Because in her heart, your approval matters more than she will ever admit. Michael says, your calm is her shield. The future after this correction. When the correction completes, heaven shows 3 powerful blessings arriving for her. 1. Emotional clarity. She will finally know who is for her and who is against her. 2. Stability. Financial, mental, and spiritual stability enter her life in waves. 3. A new opportunity. A connection, a job, a breakthrough. Something she was afraid to pursue will open to her without resistance, because the block will be removed. Michael ends with this blessing. When a daughter chooses truth, heaven chooses her future. My beloved child, before you leave, you must seal this divine correction. Like this message, to strengthen your daughter's spiritual clarity. Subscribe. So, Part 8, the blessing that arrives after the correction, reaches you before the shift happens. Comment. Guide her path, Michael. This activates heavenly support over her decisions. Share with 10 people. So blessings multiply across your home. And her correction completes smoothly. Michael's final whisper. Her breakthrough is near. But your faith completes the miracle. My beloved child, stay right here. Don't scroll. Don't let your mind wander. Because Archangel Michael is stepping forward with a message that carries a quiet miracle. A blessing that has been waiting just behind your daughter's emotional correction. Heaven has watched her struggle. Heaven has watched her stay silent. Heaven has watched her stay strong, even when she felt misunderstood. But now, the season of carrying alone is ending. Michael says, when truth settles, blessings begin. Your daughter is entering the gentlest, most healing part of her spiritual journey. And you are standing at her side as the anchor of her destiny. The first blessing, the return of inner peace. Heaven shows an image. Your daughter sitting with her shoulders relaxed, breathing slowly. Light surrounding her like warm sunlight. This is the first sign. This is the beginning of her restoration. Michael says. Her mind will grow quiet again. Her heart will grow still again. Her spirit will breathe again. The confusion, the pressure, the emotional heaviness, the overthinking, all of it begins dissolving now. Not instantly, but steadily. Like sunrise. Like healing. Like grace. Your daughter is going to feel a peace she hasn't felt in years. Don't move, Michael is revealing the second blessing. A second vision appears. A door gently opening. Without force. Without noise. Without resistance. Michael whispers. Opportunity is coming to her gently. So gently she might miss it. Unless she is paying attention. This opportunity is not loud. Not dramatic. Not overwhelming. It is small at first. But powerful. Something that aligns with her heart. Something that supports her confidence. Something that helps her grow. Something she secretly hoped for. But never said out loud. This opportunity may show up as a new connection. A friendly invitation. A message of support. A peaceful new direction. A chance to express herself. Or a surprising offer. Heaven says. She will walk into this without fear. Because the correction prepared her. The third blessing, divine support around her life. Michael steps back. And reveals an overwhelming light. Like thousands of angelic hands. Lifting your daughter upward spiritually. Heaven says. She will not walk alone anymore. Your daughter has been fighting battles. With her own strength for too long. But now. Heaven steps in. Your prayers. Have opened the gates. Your patience. Has activated angels. Your love. Has invited divine protection. Michael whispers. The blessings coming to her. Will not be shaken. Not by jealousy. Not by fear. Not by confusion. Not by old patterns. Not by people who misled her. This time. Her path will be stable. The fourth blessing, the repair of a relationship. Listen closely. Heaven reveals something personal. Your daughter will begin to soften. Toward someone she has kept emotional distance from. Not because she was wrong. Not because the other person was right. But because her heart is healing. She will be ready. To forgive. To release. To reconnect. With more peace. And less pain. This restoration. Is not forced. Not pressured. Not dramatic. It will happen naturally. As her spirit rises again. Michael says. Healing is not returning to the past. It is returning to yourself. Your daughter is returning to herself now. The fifth blessing, clarity that shapes her destiny. Heaven reveals the final part of this blessing. Your daughter will soon make a decision. That shifts her entire future. In a positive, peaceful, strong direction. She will choose something that aligns with her peace, her purpose, her emotional strength, her spiritual maturity. Michael whispers. She will choose the path heaven always intended for her. This moment will be the turning point of her journey. The light around her will grow brighter. Her confidence will grow stronger. Her intuition will sharpen. And her destiny will finally open. My beloved child, don't leave yet. A blessing this strong must be sealed. Like this message to anchor the blessing over your daughter. Subscribe. So, Part 9, the angelic intervention that will lift her completely, reaches you without delay. Comment. Bless her path, Michael. This activates a spiritual covering over your daughter's decisions and future. Share with 10 people, so heaven multiplies the blessing across your home and strengthens your daughter's transformation. Michael's final whisper for Part 8. Her blessing is not coming. It has already begun. My beloved child, don't scroll now. Don't shift your eyes. Stay right here with me. Because Archangel Michael is finally releasing the most powerful part of your daughter's spiritual transformation. Heaven says, what she struggled with for years will begin to break off in days. This is not poetic. This is not symbolic. This is spiritual truth. Your daughter has been carrying weights that do not belong to her, fear that wasn't hers, expectations that weren't hers, guilt that wasn't hers, emotional burdens passed down through generations, responsibilities that drained her spirit, and silent pressures she never mentioned out loud. But listen. Michael says, her angels have taken over now. Not gently, not slowly, but powerfully. The intervention begins right now. As you hear these words, a divine rearrangement is happening in her spiritual field. Heaven calls it the great uplift. This is when a soul is carried upward after being pressed down for too long. Michael steps forward with his sword glowing like morning light. He speaks. She will rise without force. She will heal without struggle. She will grow without fear. This intervention will unfold in 3 phases. Don't move. You need to hear each one clearly. Phase 1, the release of emotional burdens. Heaven reveals the first moment. Your daughter will suddenly let go of something she has been holding for years. A memory, a hurt, a worry, an insecurity, a silent fear she never told anyone. It will dissolve quietly, the way mist disappears under sunlight. Michael says, this release is not dramatic. It is divine. You may notice she becomes lighter, calmer, more peaceful. less reactive, more grounded. This is her spirit breathing again. Phase 2, the return of her inner voice. Your daughter hasn't listened to her own intuition for a long time. She listened to noise, opinions, guilt, pressure, expectations. But now, heaven says, her true voice is returning. She will begin making decisions from clarity, not fear. You will notice moments like she says no calmly. She rejects negativity. She chooses peace. She follows her instinct. She stands up gently but firmly. She protects her boundaries. She stops explaining herself to the wrong people. This is not rebellion. This is rebirth. Michael whispers. When a woman finds her voice, angels find her path. Phase 3, the alignment of her destiny. This is the most powerful phase. Heaven shows 3 pathways opening for her. 1. A new emotional stability. She will not break as easily. She will not fall into old patterns. Her heart will be stronger than before. 2. A new opportunity in life. Not dramatic, but deeply aligned with who she is becoming. This could be a new connection, a new responsibility, a new direction, a supportive person, a better environment, a spiritual awakening, or a quiet blessing that feels just right. 3. A new layer of protection. Her angels will interrupt anything that tries to drain her again. Michael says, her destiny is no longer unguarded. You prayed. Heaven heard. Now the intervention is in motion. The protection over you during this process. Listen carefully. When a daughter goes through a divine uplift, the mother is spiritually protected too. Heaven says, your calm will be her guide. Your patience will be her shield. Your prayers will be her anchor. Your energy will be the stabilizer that carries her through the final phase of her emotional restoration. So stay gentle. Stay steady. Stay warm with her. Stay present. Michael whispers. You are the lighthouse that keeps her from drifting. Her new spiritual identity. After the intervention completes, your daughter will become more confident, more centered, more compassionate, more self-aware, more spiritually aligned, more protected, more emotionally mature, more balanced than ever before. She will not be the same. Heaven is not just healing her. Heaven is upgrading her. This is the woman she was always meant to be. Michael says, her spirit will shine so brightly that darkness will not approach her again. Before you leave, don't skip this part. To seal this intervention, like this message. To activate angelic covering around your daughter. Subscribe. So, Part 9, the final blessing that completes her destiny. Reaches you without delay. Comment. Lift her higher, Michael. This opens a pathway of divine protection over her next 7 days. Share with 10 people to multiply blessings over her journey and anchor her breakthrough in light. Michael's final whisper for Part 8. She is rising, and heaven is not finished with her yet.